Welcome to the Uchee Pines farm. Today on the farm we have the lifestyle educators here with us, and they are involved with transplanting taro over near our chapel area. And there's also been other transplanting that has been done. I've been working on some artichokes, and we actually had one of our lifestyle educators who was working on transplanting persimmon rootstock. And we've been also doing some transplanting of lettuce and eggplant and peppers. A lot of transplanting today. It's been a good day to get out and get some transplanting done here on the farm. So today at the Uchee Pines farm, we're doing a lot of transplanting. And when we're transplanting, what you want to think about, and of course you can always look it up online, but you want to think about how big is that plant going to grow, and you want to allow the proper spacing for that plant. Some plants, it might be 18-inch spacing in between rows and in between plants. Other plants, it may be closer together, like onions are going to be a very close spacing, whereas eggplants are going to be a larger spacing. And again, it just depends on the size of the plant that you're putting in. So that's the main consideration that you want to think about. You want that plant to have space to grow and develop. Some plants, like artichokes, take quite a bit of space, and so they're spaced out quite far apart. We want to give them a generous amount of space, and that way they have the space they need to grow, and so they don't get choked out. So that's a little bit about transplanting. Well, another aspect of transplanting is preparation of the soil. Sometimes we will put amendments in with the transplants, like I'm doing with the artichokes. We're putting foundation and azomite in with the transplants. Other times we won't do that, but the soil has been prepared ahead of time. So again, there's different preparations ahead of time that you want to do in anticipation of those transplants going in. So when we're transplanting, one of the things you can do is to put your hands in, your fingers kind of go around on either side of the plant, and then you can turn it upside down and tap it or squeeze it and then loosen the plant. And this way you've already safely put your fingers around there to make sure you don't damage the plant. If you just hold it like this, it could damage the plant when it falls out. So you want to keep your fingers around it. You get it out, and then some people will loosen up the roots a little bit if it's root bound. Other times they'll just put it in. And so that's ready to put into the hole. We are putting azomite. This is a mix of azomite and foundation in. So we're going to sprinkle a little bit of that in. We want some soil in there because we want to bring it up to about level. So I'm going to put in approximately what's needed so that it's brought up to about level. And then I can go ahead and fill that in with soil around that. Now, I'm filling this in a perennial herb garden, and so I'm not doing any tilling. It's just very minimal digging. But if you had plastic mulch, you'd have to make a hole in the plastic mulch and dig a hole in the soil underneath the plastic mulch, and then you'd be planting there, like we were earlier today, or like they were doing with the taro. So it just depends on, again, where you're at. This is the preparation we're doing here in our perennial herb garden, but other parts of the farm, they have been tilled, they've had plastic mulch applied and other amendments applied. So again, it just depends on the location and as to what amendments and what you're going to do.